Turtle Cape, the Coliseum, Quest Cape, maxing. All mighty achievement, but never really seemed to interest me. Every 99 I've ever gotten has only left me with a fleeting sense of accomplishment. Every quest, level, piece of gear, all mere stepping stone. But for what? What is the point of any of this? Money. So here's the game. I'm going for max PLAT tokens, and I'm going to do this by making 10,000 accounts and then operating them by hand to trade and try to get maximum platinum token. That is 2.147 trillion GP. To put this further into perspective, that is enough to buy 160,259 bonds and have membership paid for 8,012 years. Or a darker path. A player could sell this on the black market right now for roughly $392,000. But that's not what I'm going to do. If I hit this target, I'm going to stare that temptation in the face and throw the ring into Mordor by giving all that money back to the community in some sort of drop party or a giveaway. No botting, no breaking TOS, all legit. So, let's get after it. This is the road to max PLAT. What's up, RuneScape.com? It's your boy, Ojama Garrett. This is another episode of Road to Max PLAT. In this episode, we're going to look at our P2P, our membership trades, and see how everything's been performing over the last week. Did not really get a chance to log on to them multiple days of the week, but we'll be able to just get a gist of what we're looking at here. This is a very good idea to do this way, actually, because if I adjust trade throughout the week, then I'm not necessarily even setting up for passive trading. I'm not really necessarily looking for active trades because we're looking to make this as scalable as possible. So this is down the line when we start getting that 10 bill to 50 bill range where I can start thinking about bonding up accounts and then trying to make them as efficient as possible. That's kind of what this is for. The value for you too is that you guys just get to kind of see that same thing unfolding in front of your eyes. So before we hop into that, I just want to thank all my members. Onda Chugs, 07.gg, Mimi the Cat, Mike Strange, Smoo, Gooman, ZX, Hugh, Corsica, Pathos 4, Lucian Stolas, Nexine and Chill, Nexine and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Chill. As always, you guys are the best. Thank you very much for all your support. Thank you for the renewing your memberships, guys. That's really cool. Consider becoming a member today. It'd be awesome to support the channel. Also, links down below to a course that I will be building. Pre-sale right now, $49. The main value, this is another pitch real quick, another pitch idea. I'm still new to sales, but the main value from this course is going to be from all of the problems you're going to run into. Yes, it's make a lot of accounts and flip items, but how many questions are you going to have in between all of that? The course is going to aim to answer every single question so that you can just hold my hand. You don't have to think about it at all. You're just following along a template that will generate you hundreds of millions of GP a week in answering plethoras of other questions, also with a bunch of other mindset and stuff like that too. There's an infinite amount of value I can put into a course in this entire one subject right here. Let's just hop into the episode now. So these accounts, I believe I am going to also include the high efficiency free-to-play traders that are still kind of chilling. On Saturday, I adjusted them, but we'll also just look at flipping utilities now that I have a high confidence in that as well. So looking at the items, we are able to move, I think it was a day and 17 hours, so about 2 days, we were able to move roughly 20,000 a day. So mine runes are slowing down, but I can kind of fill you in what happened there. The mine runes had a big dump while I was checking, if anybody watched the Saturday episode. I closed my tab. As you can see right here, we had a major dump that happened on Saturday. The prices crashed because we had a 12 mil dump, it looks like. I caught quite a bit of that. I had over 200 accounts in the ready to catch that dump. So that's that type of thing. If you join my Discord, I post the dumps there whenever I see them when I'm trading, and other people also do post dumps. So if you're looking for like a dump information, then it's right out there for you too. So there's that. All the iron arrows sold. Iron arrows seem to be the highest performing in this batch of accounts. And I don't foresee them ever changing, but that is also why we're doing this again. So we were able to acquire 58,000 thread here. So, over 25,000 a day, 29,000. But yeah, mine runes have slowed down a little bit, probably from that dump. Big supply shock to the market's going to affect trades for the next few days after a big dump like that always happens. So looking at the week here, this account has made 267K. So if we were to take that yearly, oops, times 52, my bad. This account will make 13 mil a year. So then, you know, let's say you scale this up to 100 accounts, you're looking at 1.3 bill a year. And with 100 accounts, that's roughly 21 seconds times 100 divided by 60 to get our minutes. That is roughly 35 minutes a week. And that's very important for you to know, considering it is very, very, very AFK. Yes. So very, very AFK, make lots of money. AFK way, 35 minutes a week for you to produce 1.3 billion in addition to everything you're doing. So this strategy, pretty dang good strategy. So next account, 1 day, 17 hours ago. We're gonna look at it. The only difference in this one is that we're buying fire runes as well instead of thread. Iron arrows are buying pretty well, 137K over the week. Wait, week? 2 days? No, I don't know. I don't remember. I just don't remember. So 119K, whatever that amount was, and we got another 127K fire runes. I know the fire runes have been kind of not helping us too much recently, but I still would go to bat for them. So this account is doing really poorly right now, and I would reckon it's probably because of the fire runes. Iron arrows and mine runes being very good for acquiring. Just, you know, stable. But each account is also going to vary as well. That's why when I say when you're doing this method, you can expect 19,000 to 30,000 a day, but it's going to be average throughout the year. That's just in my experience after doing this last 2-3 years. That's just what you're going to get. So moving on to the main accounts here. Okay, so first account up is Drodin, I guess maybe. Take a look at everything that happened throughout the week. We were able to get 36,000 Runite bolts at 60. Saltpeter, we were able to get 15K at 7. Jugs of wine, we were able to get 104K. So that seems to be a strong one. Jugs of wine, that is members, so that is a good, nice. Members, you're going to have a little bit of variability in the margin, but you're going to have a lot less competition on items too, so that's the difference there. So we finally were able to get rid of the Dragon Dagger P++, which is really nice because I wanted to get off that item for a long time. Flipping utilities will have that profit in there. So then we were able to sell all of the smoke runes for 54 after picking them up for 50 each. So I think we will just redo that trade, exactly that same trade, because 4 GP each, 428K, 4 times 428 over the week. That gives us like 244,000 a day just in that slot. So that seems to be pretty strong. We're already grabbing it at 628. Or sorry, at 50 coins again. So it seems that people are dumping them because it looks like we got them for a little bit cheaper here. Ancient Essence bought at 9. We're going to try to pitch it back in at 10. The new margin for Ancient Essence, you know, probably just a bigger supply, is 9.10. It was 10.11 for a long time, but this is your free money printer. I think for... I might have another account doing mithril darts already, so we might just focus on bolts. Maybe we'll do broad bolt. Let's check out broad bolts here. I know a lot of people use that for training Slayer and stuff like that. It's really good. So it looks like they fluctuate quite a bit here. Oh, the numbers move to the right side now. Okay, my bad. So we have 46 to 48 right now, but throughout the day we were able to go all the way down to 41. I want to check out the week. Throughout the week we can see slight fluctuations. As we zoom in, I think going for 42 will be good enough. So then we'll do like 500K of that. Let's just do the math. 7,000 is per buy limit times 6 times 7, 294,000. So let's go for that. Lizardman Fangs, we only grabbed 1,237. Diamond Bolts E, we were able to pick up everything, 212K at 76 here, 75 roughly. So now let's just check out our scanner and see if we can go check out Diamond Bolts E. Oh, looks like the price jumped up quite a bit, so it looks like we're going to make a killing on all of these potentially. But depending on the volume, we might just we might flood the market and drop the margin quite a bit. But It's okay with me. Still selling at 88 is going to be great. Selling at 70 or 91 is going to be really, really good. Over the day, looks like they're just really pumping, so we got in and out of them at a good time. So it did drop 13% over 12 hours. That's really cool that this, like, how is it doing? I really like this functionality right here. That's really cool. But yeah, so looks like somebody might be just dumping their stock into it as well. Buy volume, whatever. Yeah, so we're just gonna throw it up at, let's see here. Let's try to go for like 90 maybe. Let's try to go for 90. I think that'll be good. That'll be a lot of money. So we bought them all for 18 mil. 18.6, and if we do sell, we will be making 33.8 million. So really high performing item right here as well. You know, we got some kind of a mixed bag. So let's look at the stats here. Total profit for the session is 29K. How about the week? 1.7 mil for the week. So 1712 million. Whoopsies. Divided by 7. So that's 245K a day. That's really nice. So if you were to take that times 365, we're going to make 88 mil a year. Or sorry, 89 mil per... Is that correct? Yes. 89 mil per year on this account, which is greatly outperforming the free-to-play. But as you can see, we can run into scalability issues with the memberships. But I wouldn't be crying if I was a member and my bank wasn't very big and then I was able to double my first year, because, you know, it'll compound. As you keep profiting, you'll be able to buy more items, yada, yada, yada. Yes. So smoke rooms really performed really well this week. Diamond bolts, we were able to get 245,000 waiting on those. Dragon daggers, P++ over the week. I got to do all here. So we lost on them. We lost 500 each on them getting out of those. So Dragon Dagger P++, I'd probably drop the buy price just to try to like do that. But honestly, I wouldn't even go into it right now. Go back to a week, please. Juggle Wine, we were able to get 153,000 for the week. Ancient Essence, we were able to get 750,000 for the week. Over the week, we were able to get, so I must have gotten on recently to check Lizardman Fangs. 322,000 for the week, and we got them, the average buy price is at 15. Saltpeter got 62,000 for the week, so that's kind of weak. 102,000 for the Runite Bolts, and that's how that account is performing. So we'll check in with that again next week. Jamarquise, Headless Arrow sold. These are kind of like printing money free, just very AFK, obviously. Sold them all for 10, grabbed them for 9. So we're just going to re-rinse that again. You just keep reinvesting, you know what I mean? Just you know, now I got 1.152 mil, so I can just go up. For some reason, my flipping utilities is not working on this account, so I got to do this manually. 127K. Perfect. So we'll purchase that again. We sold all of our adamant bolts for 36. We were able to repeat that trade again. We bought those for 28 each, and we were able to sell... Wait a minute here. Did I have them cheaper? I bought some for 27 each. They weren't moving as fast, so then we were able to buy them at 28 each and then sell them for 36. So that's 8 GP. 8 to 9 GP, roughly. 33% of it is roughly 9 GP, and then the rest of it is 8 GP each. So that's really nice. I want to do that trade again. I would love to do this trade every day. So now the flipping utilities is working again. But anyway, so yeah, now we're going to reinvest and compound. So that's very important for you to understand that when you just have items that work, like a very good strategy is to just reinvest at what you got it for and just keep doing it over and over again. So the dust runes, it increases your return on investment because you're requiring less labor to reset the trades. So though it may ceiling out your profit, but if it ceilings out, you're still profiting because it's taking less time to buy. So what ceiling out means, I should have probably defined that first. So it'll seal at like the buy limit that you can get the items at. That's the ceiling of it. So you can eventually reach your upper echelon. So then you can start adjusting things like, okay, do I want to lower the buy price so I can increase the margin lever? But the thing that happens automatically is if the lever that you can then now apply to it is that if you just increase the total quantity, it requires less labor for you to check the trades or like interact with them. So like if you have to reset the trade every week, you're dedicating time to doing that. But if you just continue to buy and then not have to check every week, now you have labor that can be invested into something else, as in more accounts or activities, whatever you want to do. So then that is going to be what your like return is after you hit buy limit ceilings. So that's just pretty simple, really good to even go over the buy limits. So yeah. Right. So did I reinvest? Yes, I did. Right there. Sorry. Mithril darts, we bought at 5. It will go for 6 probably. Or like I said, you could mess with this lever too if you want to check it less and then make 2 per unit. It will sell at 7 eventually. So we'll just do that. Over the week, I think this would sell at 7. So just maximizing the AFK-ness. So Iron Arrow's bought again. So again, this is being tested over multiple accounts and it's buying over multiple accounts, but we will see that in the free-to-play forecast as well. So look forward to that as well. Swamp Tower, we bought at 85,000 of them, grabbed them. So now I think we can put those back in. What did I grab them for? It's going to say 2, I think, but then we're going to put them back in at 4. This is also a really high volume, really high performer as well. Adamant darts, we sold them off for 19 each. So now we can reinvest those. Same thing here. Adamant darts we grabbed for 16 each. And we now can reinvest more. Flax came through. I thought this was going to be kind of a booty pick, but looks like we got 159k over the week. That's really nice. And we need another slot here. Did I like just collect something? Yes, the dust runes. Dust runes are doing really well. I really would like put that high up on the list. But now let's check out the weekly profit on Jamarquise. Okay, it's not showing any profit. This must have just glitched out. Flax, we were able to get 199,000 for the week. That's pretty sweet. We were able to get 102,000 mithril darts. That's pretty sweet. So that'll turn into 2 GP each, so that'll profit 200k. We were able to, yeah, this is what average buy price is 0. It should have told, we should have had, oh, wait. Do I have to go month then? Right. So over the month here, it's made 12 mil. Maybe that's a better... No, for the week matters. Sorry here. This is stuff I should be editing out. But we're just going to do what we do. Anyway. So we sold them. So it took us a week to buy. And it took us a week to sell. Not very efficient, but still. If I had more invested... Did I have to move that up? I think month is what we need to do here as well, because it might better represent, because like 12 mil a month. Comes down to 3 mil a week. Because like the buying and the selling is taking a little bit longer to fill orders, but we have a larger margins, so I feel like it makes it more worth it. And obviously 3 mil a week is still doing really well. 12.26. Take that for the year, 150 mil a year, so it's still outperforming my first account there. So right, cool. So this guy's all set up. Jakira 3.6, sorry. Over the week we were not able to pitch the magic short pull scroll. This was kind of a burner. We kind of got bummed. We kind of got burned here. That's the nature of it though. We were able to sell all the green d'hide chaps. These worked really well again. An easily repeatable trade. Nice, easy for you to get into with a small bank. Margin's pretty good. Looks pretty AFK. I can just do it again. And just invest my profits again. Buying Chaos Runes. I think in the last video we bought them again. And then I think I can just sell them again for 105. This is awesome. just that fluctuation. This is a free-to-play item, but it still really is a really high performer if you pay attention to it. Yeah, so rune arrows don't seem to be really moving very good. We were able to sell off the amethyst arrows P++, so we were able to get 60 GP each for them. Not a very good item to move around. The black d'hide chaps, like I said before, this is one of those items that died because I found it at a 1k margin. Yes. So we were able to sell off all the lava runes. We were able to sell off all the molten glass. So this is very strong as well. These two items are very strong as well. Back to our search market scanner. So essentially, my method for finding picks, again, if you're brand new here, is to volume or set the tax to 0 because it's easier to trade taxless items. It's easiest to get into for a new player. And then move the volume, sort by ascending highest from lowest because it'll be easy to... it's easier to buy and sell stuff with a higher volume. Or fill orders, yeah. Buy and sell, you know what I'm saying? Anyway. Runite bolts. I think I'm not getting Runite bolts because the chart looks really different right there. Swamp tar. Bowstring, maybe? That looks like a decent one to try. Numalite 2. Looks like we have a fluctuation. I would like to see not decibels because we can't trade in decibels. So that would be one of my feedbacks there. Because like for instance here, 50 would look better than like seeing on the chart here, like getting that reference point prices would be better if these were just not decibels because we can't trade for 53.25 and margin cut by that much. But yeah, so 50 is the bottom. Looks like 53 is the top. So, but this does look like it dives every once in a while. 50, no, 50 seems to be the bottom. So we're just gonna go on as 50. Sold lava runes off. Profited 6 each on them. So that's awesome. I think we're gonna do that again. Should be a big reinvestment here. Molten glass again. 84 sold or bought for 78, sold for 84, 6 GP margin there. Just be able to reinvest our profits here. We're going to grow very nicely. So yeah, also then take that into account too. If you're starting with smaller cash stacks, like for instance, this is only 12 mil, and we're going to look at my profit here. So 0 GPU, so we'll just do the month. We still profited 2 mil. And that's with 12 mil. So like doing weekly checks, we were still able to put away 2.234 mil. So as that bank grows, we're not touching any of these ceilings yet. You know what I mean? Like we have bad trades going on. For instance, black d'hide chaps, we got them. We got 300, but we tied up 2 mil here. That could have been being invested into chaos runes, which have been performing very well. But chaos runes doesn't have a lot of money. We've only been able to put in 702,000. But if we were able to like quadruple plus that, the chaos runes would give us a lot more of a return. Magic short bow scroll again tied up 1.6 mil. So like we're losing some trades. For instance here with the rune arrows especially too. This should probably be bumped up a little bit more. Let's just do that just to get us a little bit better of a volume, a better of a return. So making these little tweaks is going to very much so increase your profits. But anyway, so what I'm saying here, this is what it starts at. This will progressively get bigger and bigger as your bank grows. So once you start finding winners and stuff, and especially starting with a small bank, once you start finding winners, this will just scale up with the size of your bank until you hit all the ceilings on your items for those 8 slots. But yeah, so 2 mil a week sounds bad, but comparatively, like 2 mil profit when my bank was 10 mil last month, 2 mil a year or 2 mil a week is still like, yeah, duh, I'm stupid as fuck. That's kind of brain dead, yeah. 20% increase month over month. And you can, it won't be a perfect 20% month over month, but it'll be maybe some months will be 15, some months will be 17, but it will be applied to a bigger bank. So the trading is such a powerful thing. So I think that kind of covers everything. We got a lot of good picks going on here. I think that a lot of these trades will be really good. It'll be super nice to dive into these types of trades once, again, like I said before, once I get to the 10 to 20 bill range and be able to bond up an account and then set trades. Having that information of like what I can set a trade for a yearly flip will be very, very powerful. So thank you again for watching. Check out that link down below if you're interested in scaling your banks through free-to-play multi-mass flipping. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Please subscribe.